Microsoft's campaign to dominate enterprise analytics has been methodical, patient, and commercially effective. Power BI sits at the center of that strategy. It's positioned as the default analytics layer for organizations already living inside Microsoft 365, Azure, and the broader identity and security stack. Power BI is often described as a modern analytics platform. In reality, it's best understood as a highly capable dashboarding and reporting system built on predefined logic. Even as Microsoft layers Copilot on top, the core truth remains the same. Power BI renders insight, but it does not generate them. Power BI delivers a modern visual experience, strong integration with Excel, SQL Server, and Azure, and a semantic modeling approach that has allowed organizations to encode business logic once and reuse it across reports. For many organizations, this is a meaningful step forward from spreadsheet sprawl and static reporting. It also fits Microsoft's commercial and governance model perfectly. Licensing is aligned with enterprise agreements. Identity and security is integrated cleanly, and the platform comes with a reassuring story about central control. Power BI deserved its adoption. It became ubiquitous because of Microsoft's dominance of the enterprise market, crowding out better, cheaper, and faster solutions. But despite the branding, Power BI remains a dashboard-first tool. It supports self-service interaction, but not self-service understanding. Users can slice, filter, drill, and explore dimensions that already exist in the semantic model. They can view trends and comparisons that have already been anticipated by analysts and engineers. But what they can't do is ask genuinely new questions unless the logic has already been designed, encoded, validated, and deployed. Every meaningful insight in Power BI must be pre-configured. If a metric doesn't exist, it cannot be discovered, and if a relationship is not modeled, it's invisible. And that creates a hard insight ceiling defined entirely by the semantic layer. This is also why analytics engineering never went away. Power BI did not remove complexity, it concentrated it inside a business analytics team. And that's why more often than not, users just end up downloading dashboards to Excel because it's too slow and complicated to get model changes made quickly. In many organizations, there are a long list of desired changes to be made to Power BI dashboards that will never get built. The dashboards look simple, but the system behind them becomes a permanent engineering workload. Microsoft's next move was obvious. Copilot was positioned as a conversational layer over analytics. Ask a question in natural language, get back an answer without writing code. That architecture, however, is translation, not reasoning. A typical Copilot workflow looks like this. User asks a question, the LLM interprets it, the question is mapped to an existing semantic model, code is generated, queries are executed against the dataset, results are summarized and sent back to the user. Copilot depends on the semantic layer. The result is predictable. Copilot looks great in demos, but inherits every constraint of the underlying system. Adding Copilot does not simplify analytics, it adds cost and complexity. Organizations now pay twice, once to build and maintain the semantic models and pipelines, and once again for AI-driven interaction layered on top. This is not cost reduction, this is cost stacking. From the boardroom, Power BI looks like the safe choice. It promises vendor consolidation, predictable procurement, centralized governance, and a credible AI roadmap tied to Microsoft and Copilot. In practice, complexity is not removed, it is compressed. Engineering headcount grows quietly. Capacity and refresh costs scale in a non-linear way. The AI usage introduces a second usage-based cost curve, and the operational overhead becomes permanent. The dashboards look clean, but the machinery behind them gets heavier every year. Even with Copilot, Power BI struggles with the things that define business analytics, discovering unexpected patterns without being explicitly asked. Power BI answers what happened very well, but it can't give you the so what. It cannot surface insights that were not engineered in advance. Power BI remains a presentation layer over predefined logic. Copilot adds a conversational veneer, not a new analytical foundation, and the semantic layer remains the bottleneck. Engineers are still essential, but latency and cost increase rather than disappear. For reporting and monitoring, Power BI works well, but for organisations seeking fast, adaptive, enterprise-wide insight, it reaches its limits quickly. The next frontier in analytics will not be determined by those who have the best chatbot layered on top of dashboards. It will be decided by those who can move beyond semantic translations entirely and build systems where insight scales faster than complexity. In the next episode, I'll cover another platform that's using a semantic layer, Snowflake Intelligence. This has the same limitations as Copilot, but it is at least a little bit closer to the raw data. It's a step in the right direction, but has the same scaling implications. If you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe to the channel so you can be notified whenever a new video is published.